Hey, let's go ahead and get started with a love reading. We're going to do a reading about what your soulmate wants to say to you. Now, soulmates are not always just romantic relationships. If you've been watching me for quite some time, you will know that. It can be family, it can be a friend that you've lost contact with. It is not always a romantic partnership. So keep that in mind. Think broader. I think that that's one of the biggest things that we have to learn here on social media is that they are general readings, and therefore you can hear a reader talk about how someone from the past is coming back, but that someone from the past could be like an old friend that you had a falling out with, or a family member you had a falling out with, or you guys just lost touch. Okay, so keep that in mind, because people get so excited about that and then they like wait around, and it's like that whole twin flame crap where it's just a toxic excuse in order to keep you guys holding on. So keep that in mind, you guys. Okay, please comment, let me know how this reading resonates with you, even if it's just an emoji. Like this video, subscribe if you haven't already, and thank you to all my subscribers that have been following me for a long time. I really do appreciate all your guys' support. I miss kissing you. I miss kissing you. All right. What else does the soulmate want to say? Now, you could be the soulmate that I'm talking about. So put it where it fits, and it can go back and forth as a conversation, or it's just what one person is thinking. All right. I can't stand not talking to you. So this person and you, like I said, you have lost touch. You are no longer in contact with one another. This person really does miss the conversations you guys used to have. What else do we have? I love you. No matter what, even though they're not talking to you, they do miss you and they do love you. I know, funny way of showing it, right? What else do we have for the collective? What does their soulmate want to say to them? I can picture a life with you. I am hearing that some of them are looking at old pictures. They might be going through social media. You know, it's funny how, Facebook will tell you, okay, this is what you were doing this time last year. You know, so it could even be one of those things. What else do we have, Spirit? What else do we have? I never expected to feel this way about you. That's the center of the reading. What else do we have? What does their soulmate want to say to them? Holy crap, we just got 3 more out. Your smile makes me melt. I see myself having kids with you. I want to come back home to you. You're where I belong. And what else? I fear that if you get too close, you will hurt me. And I know we're twin flames. I just talked about that. I don't like the whole twin flame dynamic. But what I will say with that is that there is a very magnetic connection between the two of you. And that's why this person is being drawn back into your spirit. It's like they remember, you know, when you guys used to sit down and have conversations. They remember, you know, the times that you guys sat down and shared a meal. They're remembering. It's like, you know, you never know what you got until you lost it. And I do feel like this individual is having it's like they're daydreaming about you. It's like spirit just keeps throwing little nudges in just to try and like stir them a little bit in hopes that, you know, they'll realize how deep this connection really goes, and that they will reach out and talk to you. It's almost like when they close their eyes, they can see you smiling. They can hear you laughing. They're having dreams about you. For some of you, they see themselves having kids with you. So if this is a romantic connection, for some of you, this is a child that you've, lost contact with. I know that seems to be par for the course lately, is that, you know, families have been very disconnected due to politics, vaccination status, just bullshit, drama, and the past. Okay. And if that's not about, your own children or your parent, a parent, thinking about you, it could be an auntie or an uncle, you know what I mean, that you haven't talked to in a long time. They see you as home. Like home is not a place, it's a feeling. And sometimes home is a certain person, it's like certain smells will even trigger them to remember you. So they could like have smelled something and been like, oh wow. I feel like you guys are very deeply connected. There's like this bond that is unbreakable no matter how far a person gets away from you or tries to veer off. There's always that invisible connection between the two of you. It's like an umbilical cord that never goes away, and no matter what you do, you can't break it. This individual, as much as they love you, they have a lot of fear. Okay. And it could be from their upbringing. It could be from things that happen between the two of you, obviously. But at the end of the day, I feel like this person really wants to have a conversation with you. Now, it's not telling me whether or not this individual is going to come back in anytime soon. But right now they're being enticed by spirit. Like, you never get that far away. Yeah, codependency, addictions are affecting your romantic life. Sometimes that codependency, it's either drugs or alcohol, something that they need to free themselves from. It's time for them to take back control of their own life and stop going round and round in a cyclical behavior or pattern. But again, for others of you, this could just be addictions to the past, looking at past situations in a better or worse light than what they really were. We tend to do that. And mine can play tricks on you, that's for sure. What else do we have for what this soulmate wants to say to you? New love, a new person has stirred your romantic feelings. If they did try to go towards someone else, someone else, I don't think that worked out. They're learning self-love right now. Hold on one second. I had 3 cards. Woo. All right. There we go. I'm dropping everything right now. So maybe this person's going to drop everything and just finally reach out to you. Okay. Make the effort. We've got attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully, and religious factors. Your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. For a lot of you, like I said, it's not even just religious factors. Again, this could have to do with politics. And like I said earlier, vaccination status or oh my gosh, hold on one second. I am so sorry, you guys. Feel free to fast forward. Phoenix wants to get up on the bed, and if I don't do it, he's gonna scream and yell. Come on. All right, my apologies. Every distraction, it's like that's what this person is doing, is using distractions, allowing themselves to get distracted so that they can say, oh, well, I was too busy to reach out, or, oh, I was whatever. But I do feel like, for some of you, maybe you're spiritual and they're religious, or maybe it's vice versa, or one's an atheist, or, it can be whatever. It's genuinely whatever it was a difference of opinion. And because of that, you guys lost contact with one another. I do feel like it's when you're least expecting it, while you're out doing your own thing, you're not even thinking about this person, you're going to get you're going to get a message. I do think that for a lot of you, you are going to receive a message. I think that this person needed to learn self-love, and they needed to get through whatever experiences that they were had to go through, and it couldn't involve you. Listen, we can't fix people. We can't throw them over our shoulder like a sack of freaking potatoes and take them with us. It's like we hit a certain vibration, and either people will match us at our vibration and continue to ascend, or people will match us at our vibration and then they'll fall off and try to anchor you back down. And at that point, you have to release them and keep moving. And usually by the time they are able to match your energy, you're about ready to ascend. So it's going to be up to them to ascend with you. Or again, they're just going to fall off. We have to stay within a vibrational match in order for us to be able to come back together, Otherwise, it's just not going to work. And we can't lower our standards to have somebody in our life. That's just not how it works. And that's part of the twin flame dynamic as well, is like, we have to learn self-love, self-acceptance. And usually that's what people do, is come into our lives and they trigger that aspect. They trigger us to want to heal. They trigger us to want to do things immediately. They trigger us to look at life and go, wow, I've not been being very kind to myself. I've been, going towards addictions and, even if that's like a food addiction, you could be addicted to sugar or whatever. And the other person's like really healthy and they're looking at it like, well, wait a minute. Or you're looking at it like, I'm not looking to have a walking disability in my life. I want somebody who can run with me, or, go on spontaneous trips and not have to, and not have a bunch of health issues that are keeping you from being able to do those things. I'm definitely getting a difference of beliefs. And, the last few years, because of all the Pisces aspects, Pisces rules division. And so we saw a lot of that the last few years. We had Neptune in Pisces at the tail end. Now it's in Aries. It will go back in October. It'll retrograde back into Pisces. And Saturn has been also in Pisces, and Saturn will be out of Pisces on the 25th of this month. So yay us. But then again, it'll retrograde back into Pisces in September. So keep that in mind as people want to re-enter, and then they might disappear again and then try to re-enter again. And that's only if you want them to. Like if your life is going really well and, you could really care less. Like it's up to you what you do with this scenario. All I'm doing is telling you a love story. How you perceive it is entirely up to you. But I do, like I was saying, feel like you will receive a message from this individual, and it's when you least expect it. It's like while you're out grocery shopping, or you're, at the park, or taking time to stop and smell the roses. All right. So what advice do you have for this soulmate that wants to come back in? What else do we have? Emotions are a natural and necessary part of life, but they can also distort your perception and cloud your vision. Yep. In order to see things clearly, you must let go of resentment. And, that everybody's got emotion. We have this thing called a human emotion for a reason. Like you can't bypass that. But I think that maybe for some of you, this individual's emotions got the best of them. And because of that, they did sabotage this connection based off of past experiences. But, and they've resented you. But I think most importantly, they resent themselves for what they've done and for the time that has passed between the two of you. What else do we have? Manifesting miracles. Your dream is soon to become reality. Trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance. So if this person wants to come back, they can manifest coming back into one of your guys' lives. That doesn't mean that they're going to stay there. You can say no, and manifest a whole nother timeline. That's entirely up to you. So again, free will, but you're going to have to trust your heart and continue to follow its guidance and not fall into the resentment and the disillusionment, because Neptune and Pisces can be disillusionment. When you pass from this world, you take nothing with you but your soul and the memories you have shared with those that you love. So, you know what? If this individual wants to come back into your life, then they're going to have to really step up their game. And I feel like this individual definitely wants to make more memories with you. They are being bogged down by the memories that they already have of you. And they're going to have to get out of their ego in order for them to truly step forward. And it's funny because the bottom of the deck here says, I know we're twin flames. Then we've got the love yourself first. Your self-respect makes you more romantically attractive. And then at the bottom of the deck here, we have soulmate. It says your soulmate is already with you in spirit. Believe this and they will manifest physically. We've got manifesting miracles. So maybe for some of you, they're telling themselves like, oh, this could never happen. I feel this deep connection with them, but, based off of what I did in the past and how I treated them and the sabotage, I'm not sure that this person would even want me back in their life, but I think miracles do happen and people can find forgiveness. But I think that it genuinely depends on how much water is under the bridge. Some people have burned that bridge and they're not letting you walk back over it. So, and for others of you, if that's the case, then you'll be manifesting a new soulmate. If this person, say it's a romantic partner and they come back in and you're just like, yeah, I'm good without you. Like, you know, your presence really didn't make me feel very good about myself. And who's to say you're not going to do it again? And I love myself way too much. And I realized, again, twin flames is all about the lessons. I've learned the lessons. So once you do that, then you're manifesting in a new partnership, because then the universe is like, they got it. You got it. Okay, now send in the real one. Send in the reason why all of these other ones had to fall through. Send in the reason for that lesson, so that when you come into a highly evolved relationship, you are able to maintain it on a frequency that you have never experienced before. And you'll understand why things had to happen the way that they did. So, and I feel like this, whoever it is, I feel like if you do bring this person back in, you guys are going to have to talk about the elephant in the room. A lot of the time, people don't want to do that. This person might make like a small effort of like, hey, how are you? Like very childlike, you know, and just kind of like, you know, hey, I'm here. Hope you're well, you know, just something small, some type of a small gesture. And I think it's going to take a lot of you guys off guard. But at the end of the day, if this is something that you want to manifest and you feel this strong connection with them and you feel that you can overcome whatever this obstacle is, just remember, no matter what, communication is key. Communication is key. And people, again, it's one thing to talk, but can you listen? You know, and listen without wanting to respond. Okay. Or finding, and a lot of the time when we're in those situations, and we are looking for ways to defend ourselves. Okay. But I think that, or, you know, people will say, well, that's just who I am. You can say, hey, you know, I'll work on that. If it's something that you want to work on it, but if it's a no-go, then it's a fucking no-go. Don't try to push it. Don't overthink it. Just how is your body responding to this individual after you take a few steps back, once the shock and awe wears off that this person has reached out to you? Yeah, it's going to be entirely up to you. Again, you guys do have free will. And let me know how this reading resonates with you. Come back and listen to it again, and share your story. Anyway, you guys, I love you all so much. Comment, let me know how this reading resonates with you. If you're interested in a personal reading, all my information's in the description box down below. Love you guys all so much. Take care.